Hi, I'm Greg Schuett. I'm a board member on the Volcan Mountain Foundation. My current title is past president. I was president of the board for 14 years a while back. I'm involved in several of the committees. Yeah, it was 1991, and I was really looking to sink my teeth into a local environmental nonprofit. And I found the Volcan Mountain Foundation, and 33 years later, literally half of my life, it's just been an absolute pleasure and a fulfilling experience that continues today. In 1988, there was a threat of development on top of Volcan. And I think a lot of people thought that Volcan would be in its natural state forever. They didn't realize that there was private land, that basically it was all private land. And so a group of people in the community got together and decided to see if they could turn it into public land and preserve it, for all generations. The county bought that 220 acres and turned it into Volcan Mountain Wilderness Preserve. And from there, the group of people formed Volcan Mountain Foundation and decided to just keep going, that it's a 52,000 acre mountain range. And through the years, the acquisitions kept going. So now we're focused more on small acquisition, and we've told all of the landowners that we'll be here for you when you feel it's time to sell.
My name is Eric Jones. I'm the president and executive director of the Volcan Mountain Foundation. Since 1988, the foundation has been partner to more than 40,000 acres of land preservation. In addition to that, we have active education programs and outreach programs to make sure that the next generation understands the value of land preservation and ecology and has a personal connection to nature. We are in our 4th decade here in Julian of protecting the Volcan Mountains range for all time.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Applebaum. I am the Volcan Mountain Foundation's Conservation and Stewardship Chair. I am also a board member, and I am an independent consulting biologist by day. Much of Volcan Mountain is conserved open space, or otherwise undeveloped. That's fairly unique in a county of 3.5 million people to find spaces this wide, this expansive, that don't have extensive development. As a result, there's connection from property to property without barriers. For example, between San Diego County Parks property at Santa Isabel Open Space East, or the Volcan Mountain Wilderness Preserve, across the Volcan Mountain Nature Center to California Department of Fish and Wildlife's San Felipe Wildlife Management Area. These large, undeveloped and conserved blocks of land ensure that there are paths by which large species like mountain lions and mule deer can move across the landscape without being struck by cars or without being interfered with by pets or other artificial threats. So the conservation of these lands allows the species to move freely between different areas it utilizes in different seasons.
Hi, my name is Janice Smith. I'm the education coordinator at the Volcan Mountain Foundation. So the Volcan Mountain Foundation is all about conserving land and acquiring land, taking care of it, conserving it, doing work on the mountain, and then also education, which is my part, educating the kids and the adults about how important this mountain is in San Diego and helping people to learn more about it, why it's important, its watersheds, its wildlife corridor. It's so important to San Diego in so many different ways, and people don't protect what they don't love, so we really want to invite people to engage with the mountain in a deep way.
So I'm Jay Everts. I'm currently the board chair of the Volcan Mountain Foundation, and I'm also chair of the Preservation Committee. I started on Volcan in this organization in about 1987, 88. So what I was doing was researching private properties that might be for sale, for acquisition, or to preserve in some way.
My name is Susie Meyer. I am both the engagement coordinator for the Volcan Mountain Foundation. I'm also a volunteer board member and chair of the education committee. To think that such a small group of people got together in that caring way and basically won the fight for preservation is, to me, incredible. And it means that we all have this power to get together, care about a place, and ensure that it remains preserved forever. So just like that small group of people who literally made the way to preserve so many acres of land that the county now owns, just like that, today we still operate with a small number of people. We have 2 full-time staff members, we have 2 part-time staff members, and we have an incredibly active board, and we have wonderful volunteers. This small staff hasn't stopped us from moving forward to doing what we want to do, to care for this land, and to educate children and adults about the beauty of nature and this particular mountain range. And it's an incredible thing what we've done. I got involved because I knew that in this area, it was one of the local mountain ranges that did not have a secure future as far as land preservation is concerned. And the Volcans felt like it was in a vulnerable situation, and I was eager to get involved and help preserve this beautiful place. We have also an incredibly active conservation program. We do this because we consider ourselves stewards of this land. We want it to be healthy. So that comes with it responsibilities. So conservation can be our quarterly bird surveys. It could be managing the forest and removing invasive plants. The list is not endless, but there's a long list of things that we do to preserve it.
San Diego County has been very forward-thinking and progressive in setting aside large blocks of habitat for conservation. We have something called the Multiple Species Conservation Plan, which assembles a large preserve connected lands and corridors to ensure that species have room to move, not just now, but in future times when habitats may be, they may need to shift to other areas because they can no longer survive the conditions that they're currently in. Very few counties of this population could ever have this much land set aside in such a high value real estate. San Diego has done a great job, and the Volcan Mountain is a great example of how we can marry those kind of land uses and protect our biodiversity.